Hey,
Hey, here we are. We are closing in probably just a couple more weeks of
yeah,
Monica's book, Practically Still a Virgin, Monica Hall. Um, we're kind of honing in on her what what happens to be her bottom from substance use.
yeah, and probably related, honestly, so much of this to giving away her baby. I mean,
To adoption,
mm-hmm,
being adopted and giving, because as we know, adopted people are very overrepresented in
yeah,
substance use disorder. So, yep. So yeah, she's kind of just goes a lot into all of that. And she had stopped drinking for a bit and, started going to the gym. And then she had this realization one day at the bar or later, maybe in life, that and they say this is kind of a quote, one is too many and a thousand is never enough. And it's she sort of had that, right? The
yeah.
yeah.
She really was setting her low. She's still in her early 20s. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mid
it's
20s at this point, I
mid
think.
20s when,
Yeah.
yeah, I started to really think about Monica and how she's tough because she survived being an adoptee in a strange world that she grew up in. And then giving away her baby. She still had this hope. Like she still was pretty resilient. Even through all this, she still got this tough, like if you've met her and you will meet her if you come to our events or just see her on social media, she's an amazingly tough person and sensitive and sweet, but her tough shell was coming out during this part, right? And she finally starts to get to know her mother's side of the family.
Right. And then her mother's husband,
Yeah.
not her father, obviously, had told her that that she didn't want to give her away and
Yeah.
that once he got together with her, they wanted to get her back and
Yeah.
couldn't. And yet there she was in foster care for 4 months. Why couldn't they get her? And the inherent issue
Of course. She
of
was
these
already
situations,
traded
right?
and bought and traded. Yeah, and it's sad because that husband of her mother's is a piece of work as a person.
Right.
He's a very angry, outspoken man, but he
Mhm.
had
And, hanging out with the Hells Angels and,
Tom, I think his name was, but
uh-huh.
he had a sensitivity deep down and about her mother and about her, and she did learn a lot from a cousin as well about her mother, Ida, which I've had to learn about my mother through other people.
Hmm.
These people are important, and every you hang on every word. What did they think? What did they say? Oh, that's like me or whatever. And I could see that when she's writing about it, how important these people are in her life. And there's a picture of her mother with her cousin Ida, and it's really sweet. Looks like
Also, there was like where I, who was it that told her that her grandfather had gotten so drunk and offered to sell Ida?
ah at a bar to like for drinks at the bar,
Yes.
which kind of took me back.
And she didn't know for
Yeah,
sure if that was true,
no,
but she understood, once she started to realize her own issues with alcohol
yes,
and how the one is too many thousand never enough
yeah.
thing that could that could have been a possibility.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
and also she was so similar to her mom, what they suffered. She just really related to her because I even was thinking, oh, at the beginning of the book, remember Monica was young in a bar feeling
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable with her dad.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, they kind of had. And her mom, one thing she said to Tom is she didn't want her to be raised as a workhorse.
Right.
Because I guess in her family, her grandmother, who became very sweet and very kind to Monica, wasn't always probably very sweet and very kind because she was raising seven children in poverty with an
And
alcoholic husband.
poverty does really
Yeah.
awful things to people. It, puts
Desperation.
desperation, desperate situations. I
Yeah.
did like I underline this last line of one of the chapters. My birth mother was good and kind and she always loved me. So at least she got to
She
know that
was.
and feel that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and found out just getting to know her mother that she had a kind of
Fiery.
sparky temper like Monica, and because I mean Monica tells a story of beating up trying to beat up her roommate one
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Like,
Monica's a
whoa, I would
in
not have wanted to cross Monica in those days.
and in person she's a fire because she's when we met her the first time was recently, but she was tiny. She's a
Hmm.
tiny person, but she's such a big personality that you think, oh, she's so tiny because I just picture her as this huge, personality. Just a firecracker, really.
One thing that, as we wrapped up what we read today, talking about Ida's death, that she
Oof,
died with her kids on the couch, these little kids, and she just kind of stopped breathing and
died.
ended up dying at the hospital. Just
Yeah,
what a trauma for them.
I know. Did they ever even find out why? It's just
No, Tom thought the doctors were covering something up. Who knows? But I don't think there was a cause of death.
stress,
At least it wasn't, yeah, poverty and stress probably.
right? I mean, that is a cause.
Gosh. Yeah. Well, we did get a note from Monica saying things get more uplifting. So I look forward to that as we close out this book in the next
I
couple
do
of weeks.
too. I
So,
do too.
yep.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm glad we're reading it. And then we have two other memoirs this season, which we
Mm-hmm.
will, yeah, they're in our show notes. So if you want to get them, don't read ahead. Wait for us.
Yes. Wait for us. All right. Well, I will see you in a minute for Bob.
See you soon. See you in a minute.